whatever you resist persists. So really the only thing that you have to do for it to stop persisting is to stop resisting it, meaning actually fully go into that stuff that you have disowned, right? All of these painful experiences of your past, that negative social conditioning, that trauma, and actually start confronting that and start surrendering to the sensations. And it's very simply put. There's more that goes into that process, like what I teach my clients, for example. But that's the basic gist of it, really, right? That's the main method that I use to actually let go of that past trauma.
Cool. All right. Well, if I may suggest something, it doesn't seem like much, but it's a really powerful process. So I've noticed that a few times you use the word surrender, and it's actually damaging for the person because in our subconscious, surrender is a negative word. It means that you're a victim. It means that you allow something to overpower you and kick you down. And yeah, we can justify in our conscious mind that this and that, but this subconscious mind, which is actually more powerful, doesn't work like that. And so when someone says surrender, he implies that he's been beaten down by whatever it is he's surrendering to. And so a much better frame is to say, embrace, give space, allow it to exist. And even in your mind, like let's say, if you say to yourself, I surrender to something and I give space to something, all right? Can you feel the difference between these two?
I mean, the thing is, like, if you say surrender, it depends how you mean surrender, right? It's
it
like,
doesn't
it's
matter
true.
for our subconscious.
Some of it is, well, how do you know?
The subconscious doesn't
how
play
would you
such
know?
games.
I mean, how would you know, right? That if your subconscious thinks that the word surrender, which is a human invention, right? Like, you could take that however the fuck you want to, right? How the fuck do you know that? Would you even know that surrender is like a negative thing to your subconscious or a positive one?
Do meditate.
Do I meditate?
Yeah.
Yes.
You do. Okay. So in that case, you should be able to get to your subconscious mind. Right. So firstly, I've been doing it for a very, very long time. And I know how different levels of the mind operate. And thing is that, yes, I'm talking to your conscious mind right now. And the conscious mind goes, yeah, this and that and the other. And there are layers of meaning. And the subconscious mind has different bases on which it operates, meaning that it doesn't have nuances. This is why sometimes people say, oh, it's like the mind of a child, because it takes things literally. And it's not just me. If you read any books on psychology and the subconscious mind, they will all explain the same thing. So your subconscious mind only takes very basic, very simple meanings of words. So with surrender, for example, you have the main thing in human history that springs to mind in general is that, say, there is a war and one part wins, one part loses. So the losers surrender, the winners never do. It just doesn't go with it, okay? So because of that, that deep underlying primary meaning is a lot stronger in the subconscious mind. And if you want to test it out for yourself, go into meditation, quieten your mind, and then say those statements to yourself, just as I suggested right now. Say those statements, surrender to something. Again, keep your mind, your conscious mind, your chattering mind quiet, because it will go, oh yeah, but you know, the guru so and so said this. No, just say the statement as it is in your mind and listen how it feels. Just the pure feeling that comes from you saying that. And then say a different statement, because for the subconscious mind, there is a huge difference in terms of I surrender to something. And you will notice, if you're really perceptive, it also depends on how long you've been meditating and, you know, how powerful your practice is. But you will notice that sometimes if you say negative statements, even your body will respond with like a slight shiver, okay? And the mind-body connection is really strong on the subconscious mind. This is why we have those gut feelings when the subconscious mind senses something and it sends a signal to the body straight away. And so, as I said, if you say a statement, I surrender to something, and then just listen to what you feel, purely feelings, no thoughts. And then you say, I embrace something. And again, purely feelings, no thoughts. And you will notice the difference. And the problem is that people propagate in our society this concept so much, it's being pushed into the guys so much that the majority of people never question it. And the problem with it is that if you accept it on one level, let's say you keep saying to yourself, like, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender, it then penetrates into your subconscious mind, actually. And you know how affirmations work. You came across affirmations, right? In your work. Yeah, I'm sure you would have. So it works as a negative affirmation. And then it creates an internal subconscious atmosphere of you not being in control of your life on different levels. And it's super sneaky because the majority of people don't have a direct access to their subconscious mind. Meaning if they put something in there by mistake without realizing, and it sits there and it influences there from there, it would be really difficult for them, especially on their own without a mentor or a teacher. It would be really difficult for them to go, oh, I know what's causing the problem. You see what I mean? So it's like creating a hidden trap that's holding you back and that you can't even see normally. So obviously, yes, you can find it through meditation, but like, why would you want to do some additional work where you don't even need, it's like a man-created problem that doesn't need to exist in the first place. You see what I mean? Subconscious is super, super powerful. So we really need to be mindful about it and what goes in there. That's what I would say.
Okay. What's your, I'm kind of getting curious, like what's actually your background with that? You seem super knowledgeable in that. Like what's your journey? Right?
Sure.
Like what's going on?
Well, a lot has been going on. I've been doing it for 20 plus years now. So I've been teaching all over the world, including Japan. This is why one of my books, The 𝗦𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗃 Chronicles, actually starts in Tokyo, where I used to live. And
that's epic. Yeah, I definitely want to go there.
Oh yeah, Tokyo is amazing.
They won't let me in. They won't let me in. But
I know.
well,
we have to wait. We have to wait.